I once spent $50,000 developing an app that got exactly 7 downloads. Thankfully, after 16 years of building several 6 to 8 figure businesses, I've cracked the code on what works. And that's why today I want to show you how to build your digital product business from 0 to 1 million without making the costly mistakes that I did. And yes, this will work even if you never created your own digital product before. And I know because this is a proven blueprint that's already worked for thousands of creators just like you. This is the same framework that helped over 14,000 coaches and creators turn their expertise into thriving digital product businesses, generating $10,000 to $250,000 per month. And it all starts with $0. So phase 1, 0 to $1,000. I get it, when you're starting at $0, you want your first product to be a hit. So we're gonna set a simple goal for ourselves, make $1,000 with our first product. And I feel like this is the perfect amount for your business to get started. Sure, I mean, it's not a lot, right? But it's enough to invest in tools that can help you create digital products at a much faster pace. Let's say you're selling a digital product worth $10. You would only need 100 people to buy it to meet your goal. And if you really want to fast track the process, you can even sell a high ticket product for $1,000 upfront and you would only need one person to buy it. Deciding whether to sell a low or high ticket product is going to depend on a lot of factors, and choosing whatever is right for you is actually one of the biggest mistakes I see talented creators make over and over and over and over again. They spend months perfecting their course, designing beautiful slides, recording high quality videos only to launch and get 0 sales. And this happens because most creators skip the most crucial step. Just like one of my clients, Tom. He was a fitness expert who spent 6 months creating what he thought was the perfect workout program. But then he launched and crickets, not a single sale. The problem was he was trying to sell advanced CrossFit routines to busy parents who could barely fit 30 minutes to exercise. And even worse, he was charging parents $10 to access these routines. But after we pivoted his product to a $300 product with 15-minute workouts that busy parents could do at home, he brought in $23,000 in 3 days. That is the power of product market fit. And this is step 0, the rock solid foundation we must first establish before building anything else on top of it. Market fit is when your product meets the needs of your customers perfectly. It's essential to start with one product, one type of customer, and one sales channel. And here's the 4-step process you can follow to achieve this product market fit. Step 1, identify your avatar. Most creators make the critical mistake of trying to serve everyone. But here's a quote that I've fallen in love with. If you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. So the best products start off with serving a niche customer segment. And there's a reason why Tesla started a highly priced electric vehicle. They want to serve the higher end of the market who cares about the environment. To find your perfect avatar, use the customer clarity method. So look at who's already engaging with your content, but don't just look at the demographics, dive deeper into their psychographics by answering questions like what keeps them up at night, what have they already tried that failed, and what would solving their problem mean for their life. When you drill deep into what the exact custom avatar is, you will get more clarity on who you can serve. And this simple clarity could be the difference between doubling your conversion rate overnight and struggling to get a single sale. So write down your avatar specific pain points, aspirations, and objections, and the more detailed you get, the easier everything else becomes, from creating your product to writing your sales copy. And now that you know who you're speaking to, the next step will build the foundation of your whole digital product business, which is step 2, choose your product. Most people assume that the best digital products have all the information someone knows crammed into one single video. But in reality, the best courses build the clearest bridge between your avatar's current problem and their specific desired outcome. I call this the solution bridge framework. Think of your customer as someone who's stuck on this side of the river, filled with all the negative experience that he's going through. He doesn't have enough time for his hobbies, he's out of shape, etc. And he wants to get to the other side of the river where there are all the good things. So your product needs to act as the solution, the bridge that gets him from point A to point B. And it doesn't matter if the digital product course is 10 hours long or 10 minutes. As long as it solves one clear problem, it's a good product. So if you're unsure about what exact problems you can solve, start talking to your audience. Ask them what help they need, and then create resources for each problem that they have. And once you solve enough of these problems, you bundle it together, and that's your digital product. And if we want to actually transform lives with our digital product, we now need to speak to as many people in our audience. Which brings us to step 3, select your channel. One of the biggest mistakes that I see hundreds of creators make is that they try to be on multiple platforms at once. But if you're just starting out, 99% of the time, you are better off mastering one platform and then branching out. Because once you start working on more than one platform, you spread your focus thin and eventually your results start slipping. So you want to pick one marketing channel and quadruple down on it. So choose your channel based on 3 key factors. Where does your avatar already hang out? What type of content do you enjoy creating? And which platform best showcases your expertise? If you're teaching business strategy, YouTube might be your best marketing channel because you can deep dive into topics. But if you're teaching quick productivity hacks for a younger audience, then TikTok will be your best bet. So focus on mastering one social media channel. And once you're consistently getting results there, then and only then consider expanding to others. So it's better to be known as the go-to expert on one platform than to be mediocre on many. Which brings us to step 4, pricing. Pricing is one of the most important decisions that you will make for your digital product. But most creators just slap whatever price tag they want onto products, usually because it's what other products in their niche are doing. Or even worse, they don't have a deep understanding of low-ticket and high-ticket products. So let me just explain the pros and the cons of each really quick. A low-ticket product is usually priced anywhere between $10 and $100, and it's a great way to attract a large number of buyers really quickly. These products usually focus on straightforward solutions to simple problems, like templates, beginner-level courses, or single-use tools. The great thing about low-ticket products is that they're easier for people to buy without much hesitation because the investment feels really small, and this makes them excellent for building trust and bringing new customers into your ecosystem. But that doesn't make low-ticket products perfect. Sure, you only need 100 sales to reach your 1K, but trying to find more and more new customers to buy your products can get tiring really fast. Your customers buy once and then they leave, unless you can build a community. That can be tough. On the other hand, high ticket pricing, which usually starts at minimum $500, goes up into the thousands, lets you reach that shiny 1K goal much faster. So high ticket products are great for solving deeper, more complex problems, and usually they come in the form of coaching programs, masterminds, or detailed systems. So high ticket buyers expect premium value, but if your product delivers, you will create incredibly loyal customers. So which should you choose? Depends on the market. Using your market fit, you can begin to understand the overlap between what your audience needs and what they're willing to pay for. So for example, if your audience finds it really hard to create a personalized content creation plan after they've already spent $500 on apps and courses, there's potential for you then to sell a $1,000 program that finally delivers results. But if your audience is full of college students who want to improve their studying productivity and they've only dabbled with free resources, a $50 program might be more realistic. The second key to determining your price is evaluating your offer's value. So ask yourself, is your product solving a $10 problem or a $10,000 problem? Does it solve a quick task or does it offer a complete transformation? And what's the ROI for your customer? If they implement what you teach, how much time, money, or stress will they save? The more transformative your product is, the higher the price that you can ask for. So if you're selling a grocery shopping task manager for $275, nobody's going to buy it because grocery shopping isn't a $275 problem. At most, people would be willing to pay $10 to solve a problem that's this mundane. Now, finding your perfect market fit, channels, and pricing is just a foundation because having a great product is not enough. The truth is that even the best product won't sell by itself. And that's why you need to master the greatest skill in building a business, which is marketing. While sales is focused on the interaction you have with your audience, marketing is centered around the content that you share with your audience. So this includes your social media posts, newsletters, YouTube videos, and more. Anything that you can use to create awareness and generate interest. And this is the most integral skill that you will need to build because it doesn't matter how good your product is. Without good marketing, nobody's going to see it. Now, most creators think marketing means constantly churning out content. But the truth is, it's not about how much content you create. It's about creating the right content that forms a complete ecosystem around your content. So think of your content strategy like a Netflix series. Each piece of content should lead naturally to the next, keeping your audience engaged and moving them closer and closer to a purchase decision. And for this, you can follow the CCC formula. Start with curiosity content. Content that delivers immediate problems and builds curiosity. This could be quick tips, how-to guides, or myth-busting posts. The key is to solve one specific problem while hinting at your bigger solution. Next, connection content. This is where you build real connection and trust. Share your journey, your failures, and what you've learned. Be vulnerable. When I shared my 50K app failure story, my engagement tripled overnight because my audience could relate to all of my problems, failures, and goals. Finally, develop your conversion content that naturally leads to your offer. It should never feel like selling. Instead, focus on teaching frameworks that make your audience think, I need more of this. The magic happens when these three types of content work together. Your audience moves seamlessly from discovering you to trusting you to wanting to buy from you without ever feeling sold to. Now, here's where things get really exciting. You've got your market fit. You've developed your sales and marketing skills. You can finally launch your product and wait for the sales to come in. And basically, if you've been following our framework to the T, you're probably able to reach your 1K goal in 1 to 2 months. But your business is just beginning. And it's now time to reach for a new goal. Which brings us to phase 2, $1,000 to $100,000. First, let me tell you about a student I had. Sarah had a great course teaching Instagram marketing, and she was selling it for $297 and making about 3 to 4 sales per week, which is not bad, but not great either. So then we restructured the offer. Instead of one $297 course, we created a $47 quick winner starter product, the main $297 course, and then a $997 VIP package with personal coaching. And Sarah herself couldn't believe what happened next. Her revenue jumped from $1,200 per week to over $5,000 per week. And yes, selling to the exact same audience, same list, and everything was the same. The only thing that changed was how she packaged her offer. And this brings us to the next part of our framework, offer development, the value metric system. The success of your digital products isn't just about what's inside it. It's about how you package and present it. And I've seen products with amazing content fail, while simpler products with better packaging sell like crazy. So this is where the value metric system comes in, which is made up of 4 pillars. The first pillar is what I call value perception triggers. These are the elements that make people perceive your offer as valuable. It's not just about features, it's about how those features connect to your avatar's desired transformation. For example, instead of saying 8 modules of content, say 8 weeks to your first 10K month. And instead of saying weekly group calls, say weekly breakthrough sessions to eliminate all your doubts. Do you see a difference? The content might be the same, but the perception of value is completely different. Next, master offer architecture. This means structuring your offer in a way that makes the price feel like a bargain compared to the value. And here I use the 10x value stack. Make sure your offer provides at least 10 times more value than what you're charging. If you're charging $997, your offer should create at least $9,970 in tangible value for your customers. Finally, perfect your urgency engineering. Create genuine reasons why people should buy now rather than later. But the urgency must be real and valuable. Not some fake scarcity. Trust me, like people can tell. Now that you're bringing in steady amount of revenue, you can begin to invest in some high quality tools that will help you with offer creation. And there are many tools out there that can help with this. You can build communities in Discord or newsletters in ConvertKit to release these offers and then gather initial data from their responses to see whether or not these prices are working for them. But this can take a long time. Having to gather data from everyone, balancing between multiple platforms, and then calculating the data yourself in Excel, it sounds insane. So one of the first tools that I suggest you invest in is Passion.io. With it, you can launch your own coaching, course, or community app and then convert free users into paying subscribers. And it does this by letting you create flexible pricing plans to monetize your product. Plus, it also makes it really easy for you to bundle app features, courses, communities, calls, and more to slowly convince your users to buy your high-ticket offers. So using these tools and methods, you will be able to grow from 1K to 100K really fast. And this burst in profit might seem impossible, but is possible because of the law of exponential growth. In simple terms, each month is going to bring substantially better results than the last, like a snowball picking up more snow and speed as it goes. So the most common challenge creators encounter at this point in their growth journey is getting trapped in the day-to-day operations, and they spend hours feeling stuck, making more and more products, replying to emails and messages, and making social media content, and dealing with sales. They're essentially trading time for money, just in a different way. But what if I told you that there's a way to scale your impact without scaling your time? These are the exact systems that transformed my business from demanding constant attention to running almost on autopilot and go from 100K up to $1 million. That brings us to the next phase, $100,000 to $1 million. The difference between a 5-figure and a 7-figure digital product business isn't about working harder. It's building systems that can work without you. Think of your business like a car factory. In the early days, they made each car with a lot of manual work. But once they built automated systems, their production skyrocketed. So your digital product business can work the same way. And to grow your business on autopilot, there are 3 key areas we need to address here. Number 1, sales automation. Remember how we developed your sales skills earlier? Now it's time to clone yourself. Instead of jumping on endless sales calls or manually sending DMs, why not build your own 24/7 autopilot sales team? Sounds too good to be true? Well, one way you could do this is to create one high-converting webinar that explains your offer. There are plenty of tools that you can use to run it automatically at perfect times for your audience. And one of my students, Mark, used this exact system to generate $120,000 in 3 months while he was traveling through Europe. Number 2, customer success automation. Know what naturally comes when you get customers buying your digital products? You can't personally handhold every customer. You gotta help them get the results they want and maintain the relationship. Otherwise, they won't ever buy again. But this can be nearly impossible once you've scaled higher than 10K. You can spend 8 hours per day replying to FAQs and emails from people who don't know how to unzip your products. And that's where systematic customer success comes in. Create what I call a customer success path, a series of automated touchpoints that guide your customers to results. And this includes welcome sequences that set proper expectations, achievement celebrations at every key milestone. One of my clients reduced her refund rate from 12% to 2% just by implementing this system. And because you're already using Passion.io, you can slowly release content and keep your customers more engaged and focused. This is called a drip content feature. And you can even use push notifications to nudge your users to stay motivated with quizzes, with challenges, with worksheets built into the platform. Third, content multiplication. So stop creating new content every day. Build what I call a content multiplication system. For example, take one in-depth YouTube video and extract the audio for a podcast, turn key points into Twitter threads, create quote cards for Instagram, use snippets for TikTok and Reels, and transform the transcript into a blog post. You get the idea. And most of this can be automated using AI tools and scheduling platforms. And with the right systems, it's doable to go from posting 2 times a week to having daily content on 5 platforms while spending less time creating content. So remember, the goal isn't to work more, it's to build systems that multiply your impact. And when these 3 systems work together, you'll essentially have an automated profit engine, one that generates sales, satisfies customers, and grows your audience even while you sleep. Now that you know how to go from 0 to 1 million, the next step is building your first digital product. If you're ready to take the next step, check out my video here for a step-by-step guide on creating a scalable, high-value product. And if you're serious about building your digital product business, tools like Passion.io can help you create, test, and optimize your offers in no time. Links are in the description, and thanks for watching.